Welcome to our Thanksgiving series. We're kicking it off with a chicken cornbread dressing. This is for those people that come to your Thanksgiving table that don't like turkey or ham. Give them chicken. Now this chicken and cornbread dressing is a really easy recipe. We're going to be using already packaged cornbread mix and turn this into cornbread that we're going to crumble up. Now there's so many brands out there of a cornbread mix. We're going to be making 2 packages, which are 6 ounces each, and I'm going to be following the directions on the back of the package. Now this could totally be different than the package that you're using, okay? So just make sure, make the cornbread per the directions on the back of your package. I'm doubling up today, so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be making this in a 9 by 13. Let's get started. Now I'm using the Pioneer brand. So just open both of them, put them into a medium bowl. All mine seem to be right there in the front. There we go. Preheat my oven. I'm going to add the milk. And then the other ingredient on the back of the package was 2 eggs, slightly beaten. So we'll put that in a bowl, make sure there's no shells, and then we'll lightly beaten it. Let's get those shells out. All right. Just slightly beat it, and then we'll add it to the cornbread and milk. That looks good. We're just going to take a whisk, mix this together until just combined. We don't want to over mix. That should do it right there. Make sure you go all the way down to the bottom and it's all incorporated. I'm going to be using a 9 by 13 baking dish. We're doubling up on the recipe today. You need a lot for Thanksgiving, right? Makes good leftovers. All right, pour your batter in. All right, we'll make sure it's nice and even. I got my oven preheated according to the directions on the back of my package here. It's going to take about 20-25 minutes until it's nice and golden brown. I'll be back and we're going to finish this dressing off. Now the package that I'm using, the directions on it will be different from yours, so just make sure you're following your directions. Now for this recipe, I am filling this dressing up with a lot of chicken. You want to use cooked chicken for this recipe. However you get there, you can boil your chicken, you can bake your chicken, you can crock pot your chicken, Instapot it. I am using 2 rotisserie chickens here. This is a mesquite flavor, so it's going to add some deliciousness to our recipe. So if you're going to do it any other way, make sure that you season your chicken really well, because that's going to add the flavor to your dressing. So what I'm going to do is cut these down to bite-sized pieces and get this ready before our cornbread comes out of the oven. All right, here's the first one. Okay, you're going to want about 4 to 5 cups of chopped chicken. We're going to keep on layering in that texture and the flavors of this dish. To give it a little crunch, we're going to saute up some celery and onion. I love to dig deep into a big thing of celery and pick out some ribs in here that have the flowers in it. Now I'm going to wash this off. We're going to chop it up. What we're going to do is thin out our ribs of celery somewhat. So we have thin, small dices. So I'm just dragging my knife through the center of the celery, going from the top all the way down to the bottom. There you go, just like that. I'm just going to run my knife through them. See those fine dices? That's what we're looking for. Keep it small. Those flowers of the celery, they just look pretty in a dish. And it has flavor in it also. Nice aromatic. There we go. Look at that. It's got the dark pieces in there. I can already smell that. All right, let's chop up an onion. What I'm going to do is take off ends of the onion, peel off that outer layer, and then we're just going to dice it up. Now I cut my onion in half, and I'm just dragging my knife through each half, following the line of the onion as much as you can. Just kind of a guide. And then once I get down to the end, just turn it a quarter of the way, run my knife through it, and there's your dices. In a medium skillet, we're going to add about 4 tablespoons of butter right here. Grab a knife. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to put our burner onto a medium-high heat. There we go. Okay, we're going to melt this, allow it to get kind of sizzly, and then we'll add our celery and onions to it and start softening it down. That's what we're looking for right there. Let's add celery and onions. Oh, it smells so good. That's why I like to add a lot. All right, I'm going to add a little bit of salt, black pepper, and I'm going to add in a little bit of poultry seasoning. We're going to add it here, and then we're going to go ahead and add it with the other ingredients here in a little bit. All right, let's mix this all up. Y'all tell me, while this is sauteing up, what is your favorite Thanksgiving dish? I have about 15 or 20 of them. I think the whole table. Thanksgiving was a big thing for me growing up. I love it. 5 years ago, I put a whole Thanksgiving dinner together with my family involved in some aspect of it. You can go check it out on my YouTube channel, just Thanksgiving dinner or meal. You'll see it on there. It was one of the first things we ever did on the channel, so, you know, be gracious with us. All right, I'm going to bring my cornbread over. It actually sat on the back burner for a few minutes. I'm on a whole nother dish, I think. Now you want to take your cornbread, and as you can see, there's a piece missing down there. Thomas wanted to check it out. So, how was it? Did y'all get the thumbs up? Okay. Take your cornbread, and we're gonna turn off the peppers and the onions here. There we go. Let that cool down for just a minute while we add our cornbread to a large mixing bowl. Now what you want to do is take it, once it's cooled down just a little bit, which is has here, and we're going to break it up into small pieces. Crumble it up. Make sure your hands are clean before you do this step. You want little pieces. I'm going to crumble the whole thing up into this large bowl. I like to take it and just kind of rub it into itself. He likes this cornbread. He said it's really good, the brand. I'm telling y'all, Pioneer makes some of the good stuff. We're going to add our cooked chicken. Make sure you have a large bowl for this, especially if you're doubling the recipe. We're going to take our celery and onion that we sauteed, and we're going to add it to the dish. There we go. We're going to add in 1 10-ounce can of cream of chicken. Now I'm using the cream of chicken with herbs, or you can even use the cream of celery. I got a lot of celery in there, so I'm just going to do the cream of chicken. Whatever you have on hand, either way will go. There we go. Now I'm going to fill up my can here twice with some chicken broth. We're going to start with a 20. If we need to add any more, then we will as we're mixing everything up together. This is a dressing, so the dressing is pretty wet. All right, let's add 1 more can. Okay, we're going to season some poultry seasoning, black pepper. That's what I like. There we go. Some salt. Whoop. We're going to mix this all together. Just start pulling it from the bottom. This is where you just start mashing it in. Now, I do not put egg into my dressing. That's not my recipe. And you don't need one. It serves as a binder, but you don't need this with this recipe here. We got lots of stuff in there that help bind everything together. Okay, look at this mix. That is perfect right there. We're going to take some butter and we're going to butter our baking dish or your casserole dish. Anywhere between an 8 by 11 to a 9 by 13 will suit this recipe here. The butter here will add some nice flavor and keep it from sticking. And flavor is what it's all about for Thanksgiving. Now we're going to put our mixture into the casserole dish. Load it in. All right. It's always great to have some extra hands in the kitchen. I always have extra hands in the kitchen. It's nice. There we go. We're going to smooth it down, press it down. I want to make sure it's nice and even. That way it cooks nice and even. We're going to place this in the oven at 350 degrees for about 25 to 35 minutes. Get it nice and crunchy on the top, golden brown, and heated through. Diving in. Oh, look at that. Nice and creamy. It's got a nice crust on the top. I'm going to plate this up and I'm just going to give it a try for you. Here's my bite. Wow. This brings the holidays home. We're starting the series off with this one here. Bet you can't wait to see what the second one is of our series for Thanksgiving meals, ideas. All right, give me a thumbs up for this one. Make sure you share this with family and friends so they can make this one for the holidays. All right, y'all, I'll see y'all on the next episode. Bye.